all know that Papua New Guinea is a male-dominated society.
It's not fair. It's not fair, but this is our custom. We do all the job.
I really believe in the women of this nation. They're some of the most resilient, hardworking. Honestly, they're just so wonderful.
When we come out of the house, when we come to do our work, we are the strongest women. We can do our work, we can stand and make decisions at the place of work.
The Papua New Guineans need to really change some of our behavior, especially the men.
A lot of kids are growing up in single-parent homes.
Everyone's the boss, no one wants to be the Indian.
And men, they're not taking full responsibility. I believe if you're going to bring a child into this world, at least be responsible for that child.
Yeah, but it's about getting your priorities right. You know, as a mother or father, you know, the basic thing, like the school fee is like a priority, and food.
You see a lot of them have problems where their husbands have left them and they are the breadwinners, but that doesn't stop them.
Some women, they are the second wife or the third wife to a man when that man is not taking care of them.
Let's face it, there's a lot of marital problems.
The women in PNG, they do a lot of work. We look after the pig, we look after the kids, we make the garden. All the big jobs, ladies, we do.
We carry everything. She's carrying cocoa inside, and then she's carrying her baby on her back with the firewood right on the top, maybe container of water. Sometimes somebody told me that she looks like a buffalo.
If we can look after our family, I'm sure we can look after our nation.
When you look at PNG as a whole, it is a huge, fertile island. You know, they say it's what, gold floating on oil and gas. You know, Papua New Guinea being a very wealthy country. I mean, wealthy. There is no excuse for anyone to have not here.
The haves are getting up there, the have-nots are down there, the gap is just getting bigger.
Things can be done, things should be done, things should have been done years ago.
We want a different future, not only for us, but for our children and our children's children.
There's no need for people to be living in grass huts with no power, no running water, no ambulance to take them to hospital. There's no need for it.
We refuse that this is the status quo.
The leadership continues to give them a handout, a handout, a handout, and not a hand up. We need now policies that will assist, give a hand up.
If somebody's got to do it, I think it's my generation now.
It actually inspires women like me to keep on pushing and be brave and be bold and speak your mind.
We're not going to give up. The men can let us down with whatever they think is nice for them or good for them or that can entertain their interest, but we will not entertain that with our life. We have to move on. We have to be strong.
In Papua New Guinea, everywhere is beautiful. What's even more unique and beautiful is our culture.
We are name tagged as the last frontier.
Looking around here now, this is beautiful. We all live in paradise.
You know that everywhere else has been developed.
Not only are people really open and loving and kind and sharing with each other, but it's also a beautiful country. It's got excellent scenery and it's just got so much potential.
Our climate too is very good. We have the right climate that is suitable for our people.
We still have areas in our country that still have that virgin forest land, untouched, unknown cultural aspects of our society.
Papua New Guinea is just filled with a lot of people that have got a lot of open hearts.
This is where my place is and my heart is.
Papua New Guinea has over 1,000 different cultures. It's so very diverse. We have 800 plus languages. I mean, I'm beaming because I do love my country. I'm very proud Papua New Guinean.
Culture is a very big thing for Papua New Guinea because Papua New Guinea has got lots of different tribes and clans, and so our culture is very unique.
Traditional influence is slowly dying out. People are more exposed to the Western influence.
Our culture, it has to be passed on to our children.
We have lost most of our traditions with the behavior that is going on now. It's very disrespectful for our village tradition and belief too.
I think we are a confused society. We just cannot put our finger on one thing and, learn properly and then move on to the next. Everything is just happening too fast.
If you would spend time on mobile phones, Facebooking and all this, then who's going to wash the plates? Who's going to wash the dishes? They don't even know how to cook in bamboo tubes.
For me, I like to see more emphasis on culture in the schools.
It's up to individuals to make the decision. Schools, it's our duty as an agent of change to provide information, facts, statistics to the students, and it's up to them to make the decision.
It's the parents that we have to take responsibilities. We have to allow our children to have time for that. And when you tell them, stop being on the mobile phone, they will tell you, we're doing our homework, we're doing our research on the internet. And how are you going to stop it? Because they want to get educated. So it's a confused society now.
Much. Only resource they have is their land, their forest, their rivers, and their culture. We used to have lots of things when I was young. Events for all sorts of things like bride prize, initiations, festivals for harvesting crops, festivals for going hunting and harvesting wildlife.
They've been living in the settlement and they have not been going back to the village and, trying to teach the children their traditional beliefs and all that, then it will fade away because the parents are also changing, you see, and they are not teaching the children.
A lot of us Papua New Guineans, even though we may have good jobs, we have been pushed into the settlements, into the peripheries of the city center.
They can't have gardens because they don't have a land. And they are people who come from different areas, different places, and they moved into town and live there. Where they live is so small that they just have a little box of land where they can build houses on it. They don't have a land. And those land that they're living in now are little wasteland that the government cannot build, bigger things, so they just live in there. And some of those land, the landowner comes and say, you pay for this, so they have to pay for that, and they make little houses there and they live in there. So it's so crowded.
You really don't have a choice where you live. You are driven there for the purpose of survival, and you find yourself where pockets of land are available, whether state land or customary land, and people perch there.
Not many settlements have lights or electricity or water running.
In the settlements, they're looked as second-class citizens. When I visit them, they said that they're looked at as undesirables, outcasts.
They buy food, water they buy, everything they need they buy.
We have no water supply, we have no gardens, we have no electricity.
I do wish that the government would look into this and give them what they want, which is a road, electricity and water. They don't ask for much, and proper sewage system.
I live here almost 1 year, 6 months, and I live with my husband's parents and family.
It's only 2 bottles that you bring it in the water.
Yeah. I just live here. We are like We put a trade store, me and my husband's put a trade store, a little coffee house.
There. A biscuit.
They're everyday working people. They contribute to the town economy. They contribute to the workforce. All they want is services. There's always that stigma that they're living in the settlement. Obviously, they're going to be criminals or contributing to society in a bad way. But most of these people are the working class, and they can't afford affordable housing.
People are drawn to the bright lights of the city.
They base their diet around the cheap Chinese imported food, which is sad because our stable diet is cow or kumu, but because of the land and the lack of gardening that can be done in the settlements, they really resort to eating cheap snacks as a basic diet.
All the government services are provided in the village. People will stay back in their village. They will mind their own business. They'll do their gardening, do other things, and they'll be content in the village. But when the government is not doing this, people are going back into the cities, coming back into towns, and the crime is rising.
Life in the village is very easy for us.
We have nice house in the village, but we leave our village and we came and live in the settlement.
And in the village we use everything free. So we get free food, free water, we can walk. We have plenty of running waters, and we build our house from the materials at the bush. Yeah, we really enjoy it.
I like to go back to my village.
Ali, may cookie fire now. Mba boil it in. Mba blood rain, I go to school. I wake up early in the morning at 4 o'clock. I make the fire and prepare the lunch for breakfast for my family.
Betty, morning.
Hey, morning.
You boiling one water?
I'm boiling tea, I'm drinking tea.
Okay. Paya, you started na cooking. You cooking finish now. You cooking good here.
All my girls sleep at
Samson, Ali, you take it up. Get up. Get up. Time to go to school. Okay, time to look at me. Get up. Sit down. Okay, Betty. Betty, kisi ko kolo fire na cooking.
I'm going to kill up. Just like how come, Kakaro came down, boiling like a mollian.
Kako kakaruka, chikena. Okay. You go to garden and you go to Kim Coco. You go to Kim Coco na kaputilo wire.
With women, we are more submissive to the males. It's maybe because of our culture. We are a patrilineal society. Samson by go school.
No,
Teacher to knock and come. Na Ali, teacher to kone.
Oh, mbrava na raya na.
Okay. Mande ta sol by plago. Okay.
Every morning when they wake up, when it's still like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, they will have to look for fire to have breakfast ready. If there's no bush to go to and they're living in the settlement, they have to look for empty cartons so that they can break it and make fire, so that they can have a sweet potato or cocoa, put it on the drum, scrape the skin out. When it's cooked, they give it to the child so the child can be happy because he had something. So in the morning, he goes out and play. If he doesn't go to school, during the day he plays and comes back home. If he goes to school, the mother has to prepare something to take with him for lunch.
How much time water takes up for a woman who is, can be a food producer. A woman can do so many different things. But if her day is spent going to the river, fetching water, washing dishes, washing clothes, and then having to carry all of that back again.
Lemon leaf and cookies. What I'm brown so you babo kiti ya.
And if we could have water supplies in villages, it would just save so much time. And, women could focus on maybe doing more gardening, more, agriculture, producing more agricultural products and, taking them to the market, selling it and improving their livelihoods, getting house kapa, roofing iron, whatever.
I 90% of the work is done by women. Looking after children, giving birth to children, cooking food, going to the garden, make garden, cooking, washing, everything, washing up clothes. So all these are done by women.
Betty, you block am gola garden or you block the carrot na. Mi ba stop straight mi sweep meria na mi ba ka.
Okay, I'm to pass, I'm to the carrot. I'm not, you must help me.
Why not carrot? Yeah, man, come help you na carrot. So you block. Bami, finishing tea now. Bami ka.
And you almost done. Two pla. Samson. One pla.
Buy me only one.
Nta dikim wanta bayat temet dikim sonta dikim carrot na nta san market nta bay
you promote companies
kon mi promote companies bien ta kawase la house.
Okay.
Rasi this la dry lem sometime antla
every day we try to have a plate of food. Even they are walking around during the day, in their mind they know they will go home. There'll be a child waiting for me. There'll be a husband waiting for me. I must still find a way to have some food in my bilum and take it home.
Okay, go now.
And we are still going home and sitting down, putting our food down, making fire again, cooking food on the fire, blowing it. Sometimes you see, the smoke going into our eyes and you see tears coming down. All these things, the hardship that we can go through. And there's a saying that after every good man that stands in the public and speaks, there is a very good woman at the back of that guy. I think the women are the hard-working human beings on this earth, I would say.
So I came back home, I washed the carrot, and I go to the bus stop to get the PMV to the market. I pull up and it's full, so we wait for another bus. I'm already at the bus stop and I'm waiting for a bus to go to market. I'll pay 1 kina from here to the market. Okay, go to Bilume.
Okay, go now.
Excuse. And then I go to the market, I pay the gate and get in the market and I sell my vegetables, carrot.
Every day you see them sitting on the market. The settlement mothers don't have a land to go and plant food, but they buy from what they can get, and they do their little markups. So that with the extras that they have, they also go back and buy soap, rice and tin fish. They take it back to the house and they can cook for their little child who is there.
2 kina, 1 kina. So when it is finished, I get some food for us for dinner and I get the PMV and I came back home. So at afternoon, I prepared the dinner and the whole family have a meal at afternoon.
Oh, nice plus soup here. No got sauce, huh?
Live one, a mushroom sauce, finish.
Okay.
Doing all that work is to have a decent plate of food on the table for everyday life, to feed our children and our husbands and all that.
Thank you, Papa. Stan talent pala I can play blessing and like rasisik na jan and like Stan from Paulo and Pata thank you. Name you can say we am patches pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Betty.
I have a very long day. I work very hard and I buy everything I need at home. Like our food to eat, I pay for power bills at house. And some I pay for a soap to wash our clothes. And some I put it go to my children's school fee. What they need at school, I pay for them. Everything we need, I'll get it. So we are happy.
1 and 2 and 3 and... My name is Sarah Rachel Harder Todd. I own a cleaning company and it's called Lay Everclean Limited. I'm the CEO of my company.
My name is Maggie. I'm the operation manager for Lay Everclean. I work for a woman who's very, very influential, who makes a great impact, not on Lay City, but the country as a whole.
By the time I was 28, I had this focus that before I'm 30, I'm going to have my own business. I don't know what it will be, but I'm going to have my own business.
I've worked with managing director CEOs before who have been male. The first time for me to work with a woman who's the boss and she owns her own company.
I didn't have any business experience at all, but I just had sheer determination and self-belief. I started out with only 3 employees back in 1997. My Australian trainer suggested that I go out and do commercial cleaning, including cleaning toilets. And at the time, I felt like I couldn't do that, but I did it to survive, and I became to really love what I was doing and see the joy that it brought to my clients from turning dirty places into clean places, and it began to grow on me, and I love it. I like to employ a lot of women. At any one time, over 200, both in Mosby and Lay. I would like to give first priority and opportunity to the women of this nation.
The women that I work with, especially HIV positive, the only way that they can make money is to do little sales and make bilum. And bilum is one of the, our traditional heritage that has been passed from our great mothers to the children, and it's in their blood. One does it and it's passed on to children, and the girls take it on board, and we just continue like that. So my great parents did that, and I'm also one of them that take great interest, and this is my pride. And those money that comes in basically to help them to buy food and buy clothing, school fees and stuff like that. So we actually help them to have an income so that they can keep them going and have a plate of food on the table in the town itself. Because most of the ladies that we work with are not working, they live in the settlement. So that's why they need the money to keep them going.
Bilumia also walking square Yumia. Now you may walk in my dear Blohate, you may walk in Sekole, run him, come here. With the women that are living with me in my group, are women having problems with their husbands, broken homes, sick women, women who do not have husbands, women that have their grandchildren or their own children living together. 8, 9, 10.
10 and 50.
10 and flat blem straight now. So you keep him return blem go same. Go emino go slack tight or kind of same float as go. The new trend that I've taken with below me is to make it into fashion, and I don't normally go out there and do business and keep it to myself, because business is like with bilum weaving, it is not something that can be woven by a woman. Like you can't make 10 bilums in a day, but you can make 10 bilums with 10 women in 2 weeks or 1 week or 3 weeks, depends on the size of the bilum. It's so fun working with other women and sharing ideas. We share laughter, we share jokes, we work together, we cry together and all this. And bilum has taken me quite a very long journey, and I'm enjoying every bit of it.
In that environment of our domain, we take charge of taking care of the weak and the feeble, the young and the very old. It is naturally a woman takes on that responsibility.
Because we're women, we give birth to kids, and we know how we have went through, the hardship that we have gone through. Sometimes a man comes home, lays with a woman, let the woman get pregnant, and he's gone.
The main challenges in Papua New Guinea, I find, would probably still be sexism.
In PNG, it's our cows. The men are the head of the family.
We're not capable of the job, or we're not respected. We still have to fight for our rights.
Traditionally, women were just confined to the kitchen, to the gardening, and the amassing of wealth to make the big man look good.
I'd like to see a lot of men like they got to have focus in the family.
I still have to convince people that, hey, I'm qualified, I do have an education, I do work, I have contributed, where it's easy for a male candidate who has limited education, but because he's a male, he's automatically accepted, they will not question him.
If the man wants to get another wife, a second wife or third wife, the first wife doesn't, she has to submit or else just leave and go. Not to argue.
I dislike the idea, but because I'm working, it's like I can always maintain myself and let him enjoy with his other wives.
The women are just bear kids from men without thinking, and then they end up with fatherless kids of 3 or 4, and then it's hard for them to look after. They just give it to people to adopt, but then the people who adopt them, they don't want to spend. So the kids have to go on the street looking for food and other stuff.
I see sometimes men are not taking the responsibility, and I believe in order for the country to develop is to have a good family, like men supporting wife and kids there, they're growing up with a good education, and then PNG have a better future.
Coming with this modern society, our expectations are there. Previously, we were limited, restricted in the traditional setting. But now in the modern society, being better educated now, being able to take on other responsibilities, the expectations are growing with the responsibilities that are being handled by the women.
Our young ones who are coming up, we'll have to educate them more about gender equity, so that they will know that the work is supposed to be done by the male and female at the same time, because we can't be giving workloads to the female all the time.
It's a pretty good custom for the men, but the women, it's our job, it's our culture, it's our custom. So we don't get annoyed, we don't get angry. So we carry on with our jobs. The men, they just relax only.
Because I'm working, I believe I'm in a good, well-paid job, and I can maintain myself.
The men will have to do what the women are doing, and they'll have to share responsibilities so that women can do less work. They want to balance the work between the husband and the wife.
The men take the coffee, they go sell it, and then they take out whatever they can. And if they sell a coffee bag for 100 kina, they come to the house and they lie to the wife and say, oh, we just sold a coffee for 70 kina. And they had to come and lie to the woman because they've already spent the other 30 kina for other means and other purposes, or drinking or going out with another woman.
They see women as nothing. They see women as just to bear children, cook, do laundry.
Many of us women, we're resilient, we're strong, and yes, we can make it on our own. I lead the group called Women Arise against violence against women and girls.
Every day we see women coming into the office. We don't take lunch breaks. We'll have to force our clients out to go for lunch break. But if not, we have to stay in the office because we're seeing so many clients, because domestic violence cases, it's on the rise.
We have a huge problem with violence against women.
In the past, we have people who respect ourselves. You can walk in the dark, you can do anything, and there's no such thing as a criminal disturbance or robbery or something like that that can disturb you. But with the current situation now, Goroka has transformed so much.
As a woman, my colleagues cannot even catch the bus. They do, they have no choice, but there is a higher chance of them getting robbed or their bag getting snatched or someone getting knifed. There's always stories about it's very unsafe. If it's unsafe for women, it is unsafe for men as well.
Sometimes there's violence over little things like money. When she asks for money, it's nothing else. It's just to have a plate of food on the table.
So yesterday when I came back from the courthouse, I was surprised to see that little girl with the mother in front of my office. So I interviewed her yesterday and I found out that she was being raped by an elderly man, a big man. Family sexual violence, it's the domestic violence which is common in PNG. Men beating women or their daughters. Now when they come and report to the station, we tell them, oh, it's domestic matter, you go and solve it in the village court or in the house. That used to be said by the police before, and I was one of them who said all these things. But we see that these domestic violence things, it's on the rise, and we see people dying.
Sex is the main cause of them having domestic violence, and it's on a rise.
We formed a committee here, calling ourselves FSVAC, Family Sexual Violence Action Committee.
Definitely we are not ashamed to speak about this issue of violence against women. That includes even like sorcery-related violence, where women are blamed as a sorcerer.
Nobody will be sick for nothing, or nobody will be have an accident for nothing. It's always put down to sorcery. When somebody dies, they'll have to talk about sorcery. Every year, every week, every month, people are dying. So when people die, if one dies, they'll have to talk about sorcery and then kill one or two for the death of only one person. And even here in Chimbu, they've killed a woman here over sorcery, and the culprits are still loose. Sorcery-related killings, it's very hard to get convictions, but at times we get convictions when people give us good side of the story. But other times the killing is there, but you can't get any information to get the perpetrator before court. Some people, they blame sorcery to acquire our land and get things out of us. And there was somebody died in our village, and they accused her of sorcery. They killed her mother, chopped the old lady up, they chopped her little girl up. They told her, we are going to burn you, you tell the truth, you killed the man. And she said no. They started burning her. She got freed, and she's all burnt. She ran away, and she crawled and crawled for days and days and days and days. And she was at my back door one morning. I tell everybody that if something does go wrong with me here, I have a heart attack or I have an illness, they mustn't blame it on sorcery. And because he's been branded as a sorcerer, I don't want them to kill her. And because she's innocent, she said she doesn't have any sorcery in her. The law itself needs to be changed. They'll have to make new laws related to the killings, the sorcery-related killings and any other killings. They'll have to change the law, give higher penalties like death penalties as they have stated.
We are not going to let this law and order problem get so bad. We want our leaders to be accountable.
We women of Papua New Guinea, we want to be strong. We want to get out of this violence and be free and walk freely and enjoy life just as men.
And they must pass the good policies in government. We must stop corruption. And if there's corruption, then the corruption filters right down, right to the bottom, right to the ordinary individual.
Politicians receive a certain amount of funds each year to look after their district or their province. For each district, around 10 million kina is allocated for every year, and that's supposed to help with the roads or education or improving services around town. It's just unaccounted for.
It is a privilege to be able to be in a leadership position. And then you abuse that privilege because the majority of the people sitting down at ground zero don't know any better.
At the end of the year, we don't know how it's been spent, where it's been spent, or if it's been spent here in Papua New Guinea at all.
There's such a great disparity between local and foreign-owned businesses. It's like a 90% disparity.
I made my stand and I said, I'm not going to be sitting around with liars, lying to the people of this country with regards to our proceeds. This is now 350 plus shipments of the LNG gas out of this country. The money is parked outside.
There's no accountability. I don't see any progress of that physically, what's happening inside their electorate or their province. We don't know how that money is dispensed, how it's used, where it's going to, because that we still have the same problems that we still had from 5 to 10 years ago.
Even well-educated sitting in the ranks of government, they are honestly an insult to intelligence. They can't even open their mouth and speak up and say, this is wrong.
Nothing's ever been transparent or accountable. There's a lot of money that goes in and then a lot of money that just goes out and we don't know where it's gone to.
How do you uphold the law when the leaders at that position in Parliament break the rule of law? So what we need now is a new government coming in with a very strong sense of moral and ethical background. Thank you. Nice loving through. I became a politician basically a decision that I made a few months after I graduated with my Master's in Communication for Development from out of the University of Technology. And at that time I had a lecturer, a professor, who challenged us a few days before graduation, challenged us about quality of life, challenged us about finding our purpose in life. And the greatest purpose, according to him, would be to serve humanity.
Lodisla has now, you may come up. Big heavy come up lo country, harim good. Government I capsite him, you may all get on a put him, you may lo mark lo big pladinao through. This ladinao, 47 billion kina dinao. Morning.
This election, I decided that I wanted to make sure that people knew who the candidate was, their background, their education, what they've done for the community.
Now, come you from got almost black candidates son up.
Come you from, you got one black candidate him son up. You don't have next or some area and tam Zawkave, all call him Zawkave area. 2 plus son up.
Okay.
But one plus recently stepped down finish, so you got 2 plus in sellers now.
Okay.
Speaking in Meri, you savelo nis na once lo me mama. All man you going sell parliament all no look savelo me.
Maskelin no yipla marking nothing but yipla just kissing all. Briefcase carry or kind man you know check your background blame. And but sin blame but multiply the most be a one plus half wave corrupt. Mary gambling bayrukim. Time all months ago in sell parliament. This la sick pro senior I'm so go multiply the most be 1 plus sin city. Yipla mas kissing 1 plus leader with background blame clean. Broka 2, standard blame work no drop. Before me pro proud town here. Inside the Highlands, Kroka number 1. That's now me paralysis for the Canada of Papa town. Thank you through the time, Blue Plan. Me not talk plan. You want him inside the bell with me throwing penis. Me love him, you play this la have to do some coffee. 10 years. 10 years for this la that's it out now or seal him now Cholia.
We're not looking at the fundamental development of this nation, like roads, for instance. And if you go to any developed nation, the first thing that they ever do is construct a really fantastic road system, logistics, transport. You have to be able to get in and out of a place. For services to go in, for money to flow in and out, you need roads. And we have not focused on that in Papua New Guinea. It's like we've got this national highway which is falling apart.
There's a lot of rocks and stones in the middle of the road and it's bumpy and it gives me headaches.
It is a bad road. It's always been bad. Since I was a kid, I've always known it to be a bad road.
This road, but no proper good roads. A lot of potholes, it hasn't been graded.
Why don't these villages, they're not even 10 kilometres out of town and they don't have power.
We don't have electricity, we run a generator. I've been running a generator now for 28 years up here.
Papua New Guinea has rain, Papua New Guinea has sunshine, it has beautiful agricultural soil, we've got rich fisheries resources, we've got forests with lots and lots of trees. Yet, so rich, but yet so poor at the same time.
It's a big boys' club in there, and the boys are building the facade, the big infrastructure and whatnot. Well and good. Thank you so much. But the reality on the ground is a different story, and it would have been perhaps well attended to had there been more women in parliament to be able to take on those social aspects of society that are detrimental to any development.
People are not asking for free handouts. They just need, basic services like roads and things like that so that they can, bring their coffee out of the mountains.
I mean, independence was in 1975. Surely we would have tackled this by now, but it's still the number one problem. Roads, health, water, electricity, schooling.
Unlike, Australia or the United Kingdom, people have basic things like bank accounts or, a working hospital or good schools. Here, people really, really have to try to put their kids to school. They have to pay school fees. Kids have to walk for miles and miles. Hospitals, there's no need for women to be dying in hospital during childbirth. There is no need at all. But people here they don't have basic stuff. And, you look at them walking around, they got no shoes. Their clothes are in tatters. It shouldn't be that way. This is the 21st century. I don't think it should be that way.
Okay, this is our lesson this afternoon. So as you have already got the handouts from me, yeah?
I'm in Mount William, running a secondary school. I've seen a lot of changes, and every year it's getting tougher and tougher and tougher. With the population, that's the rate at which it's growing, wish us good luck. The number that's coming in and that's going out, leaving school every year, it's just a huge number. Like this year, there's 26,000 grade 12s who will be sitting the exams this year. Out of these 26, only spaces for 4,000, 4,000 to 5,000.
It's free education, but it's not quality education, and that's what the people want. They don't want 70 children in grade 2 with one teacher. They want more classrooms. They want a better life. They want to know that there's going to be a better life for their children. A lot of them are worried that their children aren't getting that education and they're going to be turning towards that life of crime, or there's no jobs for them. But for me, I do see that we're trying as a nation to address these problems, but there's more talk and no action.
You try to explain something to these young people, they will not listen. And that's where it leads to this attitude. It's a disease. HIV can be a killer disease, but this one is worse in PNG. Attitude. People have attitude problem. That's my biggest fear. It's a time bomb. I've been saying it. It's a time bomb. These young people are a time bomb. They're just waiting to explode.
Thank you, Chairman.
Okay, thank you.
With competition, I reached my plateau and I thought, okay, I should diversify a little bit. So I went into a lunch place and a hairdresser, massage place.
My name is Ethel. We work as a cashier here, the summertime. Sometimes I go help inside the kitchen. Time come the day when we do the salad location, we go exchange on them. The system no come. Sabbath day blows no come now. And we do the exchange. So that is the weekend day blow me work cashier. Next weekend we stay inside the kitchen, help the kitchen. Thank you.
I think as the boss, it's really important to motivate them, strengthen them, inspire them. When they have issues, talk to them, tell them that there's more than one way. When there is a problem, let's talk about how to get out of it, what's the solution.
One week we like the plant customer.
Me like stress all the time, me start talking about them. Customer service is very important. You may have the best food, you may have local food, people come here every time for lunch, but if there's no personality involved, and you're just like somebody, or we're only interested in getting their 15 kina or their 10 kina, then they'll be like, oh, they're just like everybody else. So what is different about you? Am I right? Sasa na misa toki yuna usatia. Yeah, Lonita also. People talk thank you lo all. Maski all go down the steps here. Now all no turning back. You talk thank you. Also tanim now also thought, oh, also kirap no gudan. So they're your number one customer. Like you must care about them the moment that they walk in. You're clear? All right. Thanks, girl. We only do lunch in the eating place, and we were just not making enough for the rent. So I had to diversify a little bit, so I locked up this area.
My name is Hilda. I'm a single parent of 4 kids, and I've been working as a hairdresser all my life. As a female, to be running a small business, we're getting well paid.
It gives me pride to do my fashion line, which is called PNG in Color, Rayo Culture. As long as I know that my business is giving back to the local women, it gives me satisfaction. I believe and truly believe that my calling is to be an entrepreneur and to advocate change there and there, wherever I am, where I am the most powerful in my organization without undue influences.
I can tell you that the people here, they are definitely a beautiful people. And this is where, this is where you see what life is really like when you come to a place like this.
I wish to go back to school and become somebody in the future to live my life like that. Because life is so challenges.
We are confident people. We can do things.
I definitely think that Papua New Guinea has a positive future.
There's a lot of kids that I went to school with here that are eager to come back and eager to put back into their province or their place. And everybody wants to see our own little village get ahead. And we all want to chip in and try to make this a better place, not for ourselves, but for our kids as well.
We, the women, have to have the will to change, the willpower within us to bring change.
I couldn't have a place like this anywhere else in the world, honestly.
I see bright future.
Young generation, they're the future leaders. They can be industrious and have a purpose. Every time they wake up, they have a job to go to. They're contributing to the development of this nation.
Papua New Guinea's got a really, really bright future.
And if we are not careful, we're going to be so busy, lost in everything that is going wrong with the country, we forget to be the change ourselves. So it is really important that women arise, the women of this nation. We call upon every mother, every sister to start advocating, influencing their children positively, to be role models in our country. We love our country, and we cannot ask anybody else to come and change our country. They can only come and help us, but the change must really come from us, the women of this nation.
You need to go back to the village and take the children. I want my children to know this is where you belong, this is where you grew up, this is where your ancestors were. If they live in the city and the old people die away, they will not know their boundaries. So I have to take them back to the village and show them our landmark, our rivers, our pandanus trees. This is where your land is. I have to keep in mind that this is my traditional land. This has been given to me by my great-great-parents. Our ancestors have taught us many things to, love your land, your fishing ground, your hunting ground and all that. So my children has to learn that, love it, go into the village, learn how to build houses, all those stuff.
Yang
wayo